So from 954sports.com, happy Thanksgiving and certainly happy holidays. I'm Matt Levine. Welcome to the 954sports.com YouTube station. I'm looking for subscribers. You know, I'm going to highlight the 954sports.com high school football playoff game of the week, do a quick preview because it's such a great contest that is on tap. I had some time. I want to talk about it beforehand. It could be one of those instant classics. A couple old-time rivals, at least in the last 4 years, will meet up. And of course, I wished everyone a happy Thanksgiving out there. And as we get the Friday night football special, we'll treat on hand in Broward County between these two respective programs. The Venice High Indians will cross the bottom half of the peninsula, come over to Broward County to take on the hometown Raiders of St. Thomas Aquinas. St. Thomas 12-0 on the season, putting it all on the line against Venice. They come in with the mark of 8-4. So let's talk all about it here on the 954sports.com YouTube station. Again, I'm Matt Levine. I'm looking forward to the game. You betcha. It'll be back-to-back weeks at STA for yours truly. Now, these two have played now in the last four, come Friday night, state playoff matchups in the semifinal round. And last year for St. Thomas, they were able to exact some revenge. From 2017, they were knocked out. They were going for the four-peat to win their fourth straight state championship. They've won 7 since the turn of the century, 10 in school history. Wasn't meant to be. Venice gets the win. They would win their second state championship in school history after knocking out STA in the semifinals. But last year, again, the Raiders with the upper hand on the Indians. They win 38-18. St. Thomas would eventually lose to Lakeland in the state championship game in Class 7A. Now, Venice playing their best and most inspired football of the year at the right time. They ended their season with a disappointing loss in the regular season finale to Manatee. Well, they would exact some revenge last week as they get the victory to wrap up the Regional 3 championship, 17-14. The other wins in the playoffs. They won on the road and started the playoffs off with a 49-0 throttling of Lehigh. By the way, they're 5-0 on the road. Then they took out Palm Beach Lakes 62-35. So again, 3 straight victories for this squad. They've got some great running backs on the team. They've got a tremendous wide receiver, this dude right here. The running backs include Napoleon Harris, Tyson Phelps, and this guy, Malachi Weidman. He'll take his game to Florida State University next fall on the next level. 13 touchdowns this year, talented quarterback, Stephen Johnson. Now, one of the things that the coaching staff, led by Coach Peacock, at Venice was able to do is integrate this guy who anchors the offensive line. It's a big dude right there, 6'5", 280. Thomas Schrader. He's also going to FSU. They put him in on defense in certain situations to clog the run in the playoffs, and it's worked wonders. The defense has stepped up. So that's a little bit about Venice as they get ready to travel to what will be a raucous atmosphere tomorrow night. They'll be fired up at St. Thomas here in Fort Lauderdale. You can bet that. It should be a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous night. If I can say it right. Say it 3 times, right? That's how fabulous it will be for high school football. All the pageantry will be alive and well. Family, friends come to town. So you know the stands will be packed. Everyone anticipating what should be, again, or could be, an instant classic. Now, St. Thomas, they get to that 12-0 victory. How'd they do it? They earned it. They started the season on the left coast, 24-14 against De La Salle in Northern California. They've never looked back. In their playoffs wins, it is included a 52-0 thumping of South Broward. Then they dismantled Plantation, 59-19, a very talented Plantation team they beat twice this season. And last week, I was on hand. You can check out the highlights here at 954sports.com to watch them pitch the shutout, St. Thomas Aquinas of Atlantic, 26-0. We'll start with the defense, and we'll show you some highlights. Plenty of it. They've allowed just 9 points a game. In fact, the most they've allowed in any contest, you have to go back to October 4th when they traveled to Jacksonville, and they gave up 28 points in a 56-28 victory over Mandarin. Features some great talents. Riyad Wilmot making one of those highlight plays. Guys like Dante Lunan. By the way, Wilmot, class kid. Got a chance to interview him after last week's dub against Atlantic. It's a defense that keeps coming. Don't make mistakes. Do not allow the big plays to happen. And yes, as you can see there, they make the big hits. Now on offense, as the defense allows only 9 points a game, while the offense, they score a lot of points. 42 points a game. How did they get it done? With a sophomore quarterback that can throw the football. And he can also run the football. Zion Turner. On the year, he's rushed for about 4.6 yards a carry and 8 touchdowns, 264 yards. Passing the football, efficient. More than that. 20 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Last week, one of his favorite targets here, this guy, Marcus Rosemy, caught 2 touchdown passes from Turner in the win against Atlantic. Rosemy's going to University of Georgia. This guy anchors the running attack, and they've got plenty of talent in that regard. That's Anthony Hankerson with a touchdown run. 790 yards to lead the way this season. They've also got Jaden Henry, over 700 yards rushing, 9 touchdowns. So they've got plenty of talent in that backfield. Pass the ball. They can run the football, and they can stop the opposition's offense quite well. This is a team that brings it each and every week. And in covering high school football, I hate to date myself, but hey, in over 2 decades already, I know one thing. It goes back to what Dick Vitale used to say. You need the 3 C's. All the way around, on offense, defense, and special teams, and that's being cool, calm, and collective. And STA, they have that. So I'm looking forward to what should be a great matchup Friday night. I'll have the highlights this weekend here at 954sports.com with the high school football playoff game of the week. Friday night from St. Thomas Aquinas in Fort Lauderdale. A 7:30 kickoff. The weather should be A-OK. It's South Florida. You never know with the intermittent rain that I've seen the last 2 weeks in the playoffs. But not expecting to need your umbrellas. Do you bring them? It is South Florida. But nonetheless, temps supposed to be in the mid-70s. Clear skies. Perfect weather for high school football. And I'm looking forward to the Friday night under the lights. All I can say to you, again, is happy Thanksgiving. And I'll catch you right back here again this weekend with the highlights from St. Thomas Aquinas and Venice and the 954sports.com high school football playoff game of the week.